There is no doubt that a lot has changed or perhaps transformed in recent years. User journeys have evolved and data privacy rules have tightened. Cookies, yes, the tiny text files that once quietly tracked your every click, have also undergone a major transition. There was a time when cookies powered ad targeting, personalization, and performance tracking. But now everything has shifted. Privacy-first expectations now drive the way you gather insights, connect with audiences, and build loyalty. So let's discuss why marketing is no longer about chasing every click and how cookieless tracking offers a smarter, trust-based path forward. How well do you understand cookie-based marketing? Cookie-based marketing has shaped digital advertising for decades. It tracks how people browse, click, and convert without ever asking them directly. Brands use cookies to retarget ads, build customer profiles, and attribute revenue. In fact, most strategies depended on third-party cookies. Let's break it down. A cookie is just a small file your browser saves when you visit a site. But what it stores tells marketers a lot. It remembers what you clicked, logs how long you stayed, and often shares that data across websites. So what made cookies powerful? They tracked cross-site activity, not just on one platform. They enabled personalized ads at scale. They supported attribution models showing which campaigns worked. They combined behavioral data with IP location to enhance geotargeting. But here's the real question. Did they respect user privacy or help brands sell more? The old system of tracking is going away. So if you still depend on cookie-heavy strategies, you're unfortunately at risk. How does cookieless tracking actually work? Cookieless tracking shifts the focus from browser storage to smarter, privacy-focused techniques. Instead of placing third-party cookies on user devices, it uses tools that collect data without invading privacy or relying on external domains. So, how does it function behind the scenes? First-party data is taken. This is the information users give directly, like clicks, scrolls, or form fills, on your own site. This is often the most valuable data, as it's provided with explicit or implicit consent. Think about a customer logging into their account, adding items to a cart, or filling out a preference center form. This direct interaction provides rich, consented insights into their true interests and intentions. Server-side tracking processes. User interactions on your server, not the browser. It avoids blockers and gives cleaner data. Instead of JavaScript tags firing in the user's browser, data is sent directly from your website server to your analytics platform. This means greater control over what data is collected and how it's processed, reducing the impact of ad blockers and browser privacy settings. For instance, an e-commerce platform could send purchase data directly from its backend to Google Analytics 4, GA4, or Meta's Conversions API, ensuring all conversions are accurately captured, regardless of browser settings. This method also allows for data sanitation and enrichment before it even reaches your analytics tools, leading to cleaner, more reliable data. Browser fingerprinting uses device traits, uses browser type, screen size, and fonts to create anonymous visitor IDs. While this method is more controversial due to its less transparent nature, when implemented ethically and with anonymization, it can help distinguish unique users without relying on traditional identifiers. It's about recognizing patterns rather than individual identities. Session and local storage help store basic behavior data during a visit. This is done without relying on permanent cookies. This data is temporary and typically cleared when the browser session ends or the user clears their cache. It allows for continuity within a single browse session, like keeping items in a shopping cart. Contextual signals analyze content rather than user history. This is to decide what ads or messages to show. If users read an article about sustainable living, they might see ads for eco-friendly products, regardless of their browsing behavior. This method relies on the immediate context of the web page, offering a privacy-safe way to deliver relevant messages. But remember that cookieless isn't clueless. It just ensures a more ethical and future-proof way to track. Each method respects privacy but still gives marketers enough behavioral insight to run campaigns, test funnels, and attribute results. Cookie-based tracking versus cookieless tracking feature. Cookie-based tracking, cookieless tracking. User data source. Third-party cookies. First-party data, IP location. Server-side methods. Privacy compliance. Often lacks transparency. Aligned with GDPR, CCPA tracking method. browser-based scripts, server-side or contextual ad targeting, precision, high precision with personal data, less precise but privacy-safe, user consent requirement limited in many regions, structured and transparent, impact of ad blockers, highly affected, minimal impact, browser support decreasing, blocked in Safari, Firefox, supported broadly, data accuracy, prone to loss or deletion, more reliable and secure, cross-site tracking, extensive tracking across domains, context or session-based only, long-term viability, declining due to regulations, sustainable and adaptive. What exactly is driving the global shift toward cookieless solutions? It's acknowledged that digital marketing has relied on third-party cookies for several years in a row, but this system started shaking, first due to privacy concerns and then because of technical restrictions. According to Birch, several key forces led to this shift. Browsers changed the rules. Safari limited third-party cookies to 7 days, Firefox blocked them altogether, and Chrome, the most widely used browser, announced its full deprecation of third-party cookies by 2025. This isn't just a minor tweak. It's a fundamental architectural shift by the very gatekeepers of the Internet, forcing marketers to reconsider their core data strategies. Consumers became more aware of their data. Apple's App Tracking Transparency, ATT update, gave users the power to block app-level tracking, drastically reducing retargeting accuracy. A survey by Pew Research Center in a similar vein revealed that approximately 79% of Americans are concerned about how their data is being used by companies. This heightened awareness isn't just about general unease, it's driving concrete actions like opting out of tracking and installing ad blockers. Consumers are increasingly valuing transparency and control over their personal information. Regulations enforce transparency. Laws like the GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, in Europe and the CCPA, California Consumer Privacy Act in the U.S., forced brands to rethink how they gather, store, and process user data. These regulations carry significant penalties for non-compliance, with GDPR fines potentially reaching €20 million or 4% of global annual turnover, whichever is higher. This legal pressure has compelled businesses to prioritize privacy by design in their marketing technology stacks. Ad blockers became common. Scripts from tools like Google Analytics and Facebook Pixel often get blocked, crippling data collection. Reports indicate that over 40% of Internet users globally employ ad blockers, significantly impacting the visibility and effectiveness of traditional tracking methods. This user-driven adoption of ad blockers further eroded the reliability of cookie-based data. In the early days of Internet tracking, third-party cookies helped marketers understand attribution, but they were fragile. Today, marketers need first-party relationships, which are more about sustainability. How cookieless tracking can change your marketing strategy? Suppose your team launches a new campaign relying only on third-party cookies. Engagement feels low, bounce rates rise, and retargeting efforts fall flat. You dig into the numbers and realize browser restrictions and privacy banners have blocked half your data. That's where a shift becomes urgent. As Professor Andreas Munzel of Vlerick Business School explains, the transition away from third-party cookies compels marketers to rethink their data strategies and embrace innovation. Cookieless tracking introduces a model where first-party data, contextual targeting, and privacy-respecting tech reshape how you connect, measure, and adapt. Here's how cookieless tracking transforms your marketing strategy across various industries. Elevates trust building. In a world where 80% of consumers want brands to be open about data usage, transparent cookieless methods foster genuine trust. This is particularly crucial in healthcare, where patient data privacy is paramount, or in financial services, where consumer trust directly impacts brand loyalty and security perception. Focuses on first-party data. This shift empowers industries like retail and e-commerce to build stronger direct relationships with customers. Instead of relying on external data, retailers can leverage purchase history, loyalty program data, and direct website interactions to personalize offers, leading to higher conversion rates and stronger customer lifetime value. For example, a major apparel brand might analyze first-party purchase data to predict seasonal trends and personalize product recommendations, rather than relying on third-party behavioral insights. Strengthens content relevance. Contextual advertising thrives in a cookieless world, benefiting industries with rich, niche content. A travel and hospitality brand, for instance, can place ads for adventure tours directly on travel blogs about hiking destinations, ensuring high relevance without individual user tracking. Similarly, B2B software companies can align their ad placements with industry news sites or technical forums, reaching highly engaged professionals. Improves ad spend efficiency. Marketers can reduce wasted ad spend on irrelevant audiences by focusing on consented first-party data and contextual relevance. This is a game changer for industries with high customer acquisition costs, such as automotive or luxury goods, where every marketing dollar needs to be highly impactful. Better data accuracy from server-side tracking means more precise measurement of campaign performance, optimizing budgets in real time. Encourages strategic segmentation. While granular individual tracking diminishes, cookieless methods still allow for robust cohort-based segmentation. A publishing house could segment readers based on their preferred content categories, e.g., sci-fi versus romance, through first-party engagement data, then tailor new release promotions to those specific groups, enhancing engagement without tracking individuals across external sites. Supports regulatory readiness. Proactive adoption of cookieless solutions ensures compliance with evolving privacy laws globally. This is critical for global brands that operate across multiple jurisdictions with differing privacy regulations, preventing costly fines and reputational damage. Enables deeper attribution. With server-side tracking, marketers gain a more complete and accurate view of the customer journey, even across different touchpoints. For SaaS companies, this means accurately attributing signups and trial conversions to specific marketing efforts, overcoming the data gaps created by ad blockers and browser restrictions on traditional attribution models. Levels the playing field. Smaller businesses can compete more effectively by focusing on building direct relationships and leveraging owned data, rather than being outbid on third-party data by larger enterprises. This empowers local businesses and startups to connect authentically with their audience. Do people even care about cookieless tracking? Yes, and the marketing community proves it loud and clear. In a popular Reddit discussion around LLMs.txt and AI visibility, users voiced mixed but passionate opinions about tracking in a cookieless world. Some argued it's just another privacy bandage, but many raised real concerns. Users no longer trust opaque data practices. One user pointed out that most visitors don't even read cookie banners, they just want to know what gets shared and why. This highlights a critical insight. Consent fatigue is real, but a desire for transparency persists. Another commented, "People are finally waking up. They care about IP location tracking, fingerprinting, and all the silent stuff marketers never mentioned." This sentiment underscores the growing consumer demand for genuine control over their digital footprint, extending beyond just cookies to broader data collection practices. The thread makes one thing clear. Consumers may not say cookieless out loud, but they definitely act on it. They install blockers. They question data use. They push back. Even marketers in the Reddit community admit they've shifted tactics to respect privacy-first expectations, not because of regulations, but because audiences demand it. A recent survey by TrustArc indicated that 92% of consumers are concerned about their data privacy online. This isn't just a niche concern for tech-savvy individuals, it's a widespread shift in consumer behavior that brands ignore at their peril. So yes, people care, and your Reddit peers are adapting fast. Is your marketing ready for cookieless? Now's the time to check your readiness for a cookieless world. The shift away from third-party cookies is no longer optional. Privacy-first strategies now define how brands build trust, measure success, and stay competitive. A new marketing foundation is forming, rooted in transparency, owned data, and smarter targeting. That foundation needs structure. Use the checklist below as your readiness map. It walks you through what matters now, what to prioritize, and how to keep moving without disruption. What to do, how to do it? Audit existing tracking tools. List all analytics, ads, and CRM tools dependent on third-party cookies. Map all first-party data touchpoints. Identify where you collect direct user data, forms, signups, purchases, and IP location logs. Migrate to server-side or consent-based tracking. Replace browser-based tracking with server-side options that respect privacy. Build contextual and IP-based personalization. Serve content based on page context or approximate user location, not historical behavior. Review and upgrade your consent mechanism. Ensure your consent banners are visible, honest, and offer real choice. Compare cookie versus cookieless data performance. Monitor how your funnels behave under both systems. Track bounce rates, conversions, and lead quality. Set a review cycle. Revisit your setup quarterly to ensure compliance and performance in a changing privacy landscape. In short, you must build a future-ready marketing stack that respects privacy, tracks smartly, and keeps performance high without relying on outdated methods. But before you act, align your internal teams. Everyone must know why this shift matters. Send a summary of this checklist to marketing, product, legal, and dev. Discuss the risks of doing nothing, lost insights, compliance penalties, reduced ROAS. Highlight the long-term value of owning first-party data and IP-based targeting. Final words. By now, it should be evident that cookieless tracking creates a permanent shift in how brands connect with users. It moves marketing toward permission, clarity, and long-term trust. Aspiration Marketing understands this fundamental evolution. We believe that the real value comes from building direct paths. First-party data brings lasting insight. Transparent methods support loyalty. A stronger strategy grows from better user respect. Therefore, brands that embrace this shift early create an edge as they guide decisions with clean signals and build systems that protect user interest and drive clear outcomes. That is how future-ready marketing begins.